Welcome to River Forest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm CJ Sellner on the Cougar Sports Network. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. NACC doubleheader action just about to get started here from River Forest. Glad you could join us here on the YouTube channel CUC Sports. Cougars taking on the MSOE Raiders here today in NACC action. CUC coming off a loss for just the second time this season after falling in Game 2 to UW-La Crosse on Thursday evening. MSOE coming in 7-17 overall, 4-6 in the NACC. Let's meet your defensive alignment for the Cougars here in Game 1. Same as status quo is for CUC. Brandon, Tyrell, and Fout from left to right. Across the infield, Van Duzer, Mercado, Benavides, and Mariotti. Your battery here in Game 1 for CUC, it is Justin Rodriguez behind the plate. And on the hill for CUC is the lefty, Adam Gregory. Gregory has a 3-0 record on the season, a 2.73 ERA in 5 starts, has thrown 26 in the third innings, allowed 27 hits, 8 earned runs with 26 strikeouts to just 6 walks. Opponents batting just .257 against him. He will take on a MSOE lineup that looks like this. It will be Gilpin, Acelio, Beauchamp, Gross, Stricker, Graham, Coker, Tratner, and Beyer. 1 through 9 for the Raiders here today. Sit back and enjoy a windy day here in Chicagoland. Cougars and Raiders coming up here from River Forest. Gregory looking to build on a good start, which came on last Saturday against Concordia, Wisconsin.
Leading off for the Raiders, number 2, left fielder Joe Gilpin.
Gregory picked up his third win, working 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, striking out 6. Left-hander winds the opening pitch, is bunted at in front of the mound. Gregory will field it. Throw to first will be just in time. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in Game 1. First pitch thrown at 12:01 p.m. Game time temperature 61 degrees.
Batting second baseman number 3, Andres Acelio.
With 1 out now, that'll bring up Andres Acelio, the senior from Beloit, Wisconsin. He'll take strike 1 from Gregory. Wind blowing in from left. Stosky's sluggers will have a hard time putting it out to the park today. Wind blowing in from left at 15 to 20, gusting much more than that, as that one's in there for strike 2. Gregory working quickly, 0-2 the count. CUC is 8-0 here in River Forest this season, as 0-2 is in the dirt. Joel Krenz and Courtney Luciano helping to bring you guys the broadcast at home today. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here. Gregory gets his sign, winds, and deals. 1-2. Just missed off the outside corner. It was real close. Rodriguez thought that it was going to be a called strike 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. CUC rocking the maroon tops with gray pants here today, as the 2-2 is down and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Acelio. Kick in, 3-2. Swan and spoil a foul. Acelio, a .275 hitter on the season for the Raiders, making his 23rd start. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gregory getting his sign once again. Left-hander winds and the payoff pitch. Ran inside, and a 1-out walk will put a base runner on for the Raiders. With 1 out and 1 on now. That will bring up the center fielder, number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
Batting third, center fielder number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
Beauchamp, the top hitter in the lineup, second in this lineup for the Raiders. A .351 hitter, takes strike 1. CUC softball in action against MSOE over across the center field fence. No balls, 1 strike. Gregory delivers. A pitch missing upstairs for ball. Now 1-1. CUC pitching's been the strong point of this team this season. They come into today's doubleheader ranking in the top 10 in the country as that breaking ball misses up and in. In team ERA, they have a 2.69 ERA as a group. Opponents batting just .232 against CUC pitching. 2 balls, 1 strike the count here. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He blew a fastball right by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first. Gregory will take a quick look at the runner over at first. He goes diving back in plenty of time. CUC has added a home game next week. They will take on North Park on Tuesday afternoon. As a 2-2 misses outside, now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Gregory gets a sign. We'll take a quick look at the runner over at first. Acelio 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts on the season. Beauchamp is the leader in stolen bases for this Raider team. He's 8 for 9. Kick the 3-2. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Throw down to second will be late as Acelio will take second with a stolen base. So strikeout for Gregory. Runner in scoring position now for the Raiders with 2 away.
Batting cleanup, designated hitter, number 22, Nick Gross.
2 outs in the inning. It will bring up Gross, the designated hitter. Hitting .261 on the season, making his 25th start. Leads this lineup with 18 driven in on the year. First pitch swinging and hit down into left field corner, and it's fair. Acelio will score easily as the ball rolls past the fence. It will be a ground rule double, and the Raiders strike first here in inning number 1. One nothing Raiders here on the ground rule double by Gross.
Batting fifth, third baseman, number 5, Nick Stryker.
Batter now will be Nick Stryker. A .293 hitter on the year. First offering from Gregory in there for a called strike, 0-1. A 1 pitch misses upstairs. Count now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. 1 run in the inning for the Raiders. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Changed speeds on him there. Now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gregory trying to get out of the first. Gregory kicks the 1-2 pitch. Swan and popped up behind right side. Long run dropping quickly, and it's down for a hit. Second run will come in to score, and it's 2-0 Raiders in the top of the first. Nothing the Cougars could do there. Gregory made a good pitch. Got it in on the hands, but Stryker was able to just flare it over the right side.
Batting sixth, first baseman, number 17, Adam Graham.
2 in the inning now. It will bring up Adam Graham, the first baseman. Graham a .279 hitter on the season with 3 doubles and 13 driven in. First pitch swinging, and it's bounced to Benavides. Bobbled at first. He'll go to first, and it's not in time. Benavidez wanted to go to second, but Mercado was shifted way over. He was never going to get there. So it will go in E4, and Coach Stosky wants to go have a word with his pitcher. Two on here with two out. Ideal start if you're a Raider fan here today. Gives your left-hander, Brad Demkovich, a little bit of breathing room here in the opening inning. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Doc Ryan's. Doc Ryan's on Madison Street, always there for all your Cougar postgame needs. Stosky's done talking to Gregory on the hill. 2 runs in the inning for MSOE.
Batting 7th, catcher, number 9, Ryan Coker.
Batter will be the catcher, Ryan Coker. A .218 hitter on the season with 4 doubles and 7 driven in. MSOE trying to add on here, already with 2 runs in on 2 hits in the inning. First pitch swinging, it's popped up right side. Wind will push it out of play over the fence. No balls, 1 strike to count. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Raiders. Gregory's thrown well. The only thing that's hurt him in the inning really was the double down the left field line and that walk to Aselio. No balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch, Swan and foul straight back, and Gregory's in the driver's seat now 0-2. Striker on second, Graham at first. 2 outs in the inning, 0-2 the count here to Coker. Gregory kicks the 0-2. Bounced in, good block there by Rodriguez behind the dish. Now 1-2. CUC lacrosse will get into action over in the stadium. That scheduled start time is at 1 p.m. 2-0 Raiders here in the top of the first. Gregory kicks the 1-2. Ground ball left side. Fielded on a big hop by Mercado. Through a cross will be picked out by Mariotti, and that will do it for the Raiders in the first. In the inning, they pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 on, aided by 1 CUC error through 1/2 inning. Raiders 2. Cougars coming to bat. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Going to the bottom of the first, it will be Jose Mercado to lead off. Mercado, Benavides, Van Duzer, 1 through 3. Mariotti, Brandon, Tyrell, 4 through 6. Kaye Rodriguez, Fouth, 7, 8, and 9.
Leading off for the Cougars, shortstop, number 2, Jose Mercado.
The batter will be Jose Mercado against left-hander Brad Demkovich. The left-hander has an 0-4 record on the season in 4 starts and a 9.35 ERA. As Mercado shows bunt and takes a first pitch high for a ball, 1-0. Mercado, a big swinger for CUC at the top of the order. Not in terms of power, as that one's fouled off, even though he'd love to argue that with me. Mercado on the season, a .381 hitter for CUC, making his 27th start. Has 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 homers. 1-1 pitch here to Mercado. Ran inside and hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Cougars. Mercado aboard. That'll bring up Braden Benavides, the Cougars' second baseman.
Batting second, Cougars' second baseman, number 20, Braden Benavides.
Benavides, a .295 hitter on the season for CUC with 24 driven in. Mercado aboard, getting his mittens on, as he so often needs to steal bases. Demkovich on the season, as I was saying, though, 0-4 in 4 starts, has thrown 17 and a third innings, allowed 24 hits, 18 earned runs, with 10 walks and 10 strikeouts. Opponents batting .333 against him. MSOE put up 2 runs in the first on 2 hits, aided by a CUC error. Pitch in there for a called strike to Benavides. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch up high to Benavides. Now 1-1. They're shading the center fielder, Beauchamp, towards the right side. Wind's going to push everything back today. You could put Barry Bonds at the plate right now, and I'm not quite sure he could hit it out to left. 2-0 pitch, or 2-1 pitch is upstairs. Excuse me, now 2-1. We'll get it all figured out. Still getting warmed up. 2-1 the count here. Pitch to Benavides is a breaking ball in there. Demkovich is one of those pitchers that's not going to overpower you with just 10 strikeouts on the season in those 17 innings. CUC is going to have to find gaps here and keep it on the ground with the wind. Breaking ball misses up, and the count runs full at 3-2 to Benavides. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. You'd expect to see Mercado on the run here with the full count. They'll take a quick check on Mercado. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. CUC trying to rebound after falling in Game 2, 10-0 to UW La Crosse on Thursday night. Demkovich kicks the pitch. Swan and hit into left center. Holding in the air, but dropping, and it'll be down for a hit. Mercado running the whole way. He's going to try to score. Here comes the relay to the plate, and it's going to be late. A double for Braden Benavides, and the Cougars get on the board. It's 2-1.
Batting third for the Cougars, third baseman, number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
Batter now is Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman. Van Duzer is a top hitter in the CUC lineup, a .386 hitter on the season with 32 driven in. That's RBI number 25 on the season for Benavides. First pitch to Van Duzer is a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike to count, nobody out here in the Cougar first. Trying to answer after MSOE put up 2 runs in the top half. Corners up here for MSOE, which is a surprise if you look at the scouting report for CUC. They have just 4 sacrifice attempts on the season. And I would not put Van Duzer in the category of one to lay down a sacrifice bunt when he's top second on the team with 32 RBIs and has 15 extra base hits to his credit. Kick and the pitch. Swung and popped up on the infield. Playable for the second baseman, Acelio, who will make the catch, and there's one away. With 1 out now, that'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the Cougar first baseman.
Batting cleanup. First baseman, number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti, a leader among national leaders, say that 10 times fast, has 10 home runs on the season, just 2 behind the national leader going into Friday night. A leader from East Texas Baptist, as that one's a called strike on a breaking ball. Mariotti's been hitting more to the right side, though. His last 3 home runs have gone to the right or right center. He'd have an opportunity to try to hook one in the corner today with the wind, but you'd still have to start it at least at the All-American signs in right center. As this one's lined into left center, and that'll be down for a base hit. Benavidez will score easily. It will be an RBI single for Mariotti, and the Cougars tie it at 2-2. So with 2 in, that's RBI number 34 on the season for Mariotti. He'll bring up Connor Brandon, the left fielder.
Batting 5th, left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
2-2 your score here in River Forest. Mariotti at first, Brandon the batter. Mariotti got caught up, and he got picked off. Not quite sure what was going on over there at first. He's not a huge threat to steal, but Mariotti's retired on the pickoff. So 2 outs now with nobody on. 0-0 count on Brandon. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. He took a big rip and came up empty, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Demkovic kicks a breaking ball. It just catches the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Brandon from the left-hander. Wind and the 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt and blocked by the catcher, Tratner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. CUC is relatively fresh in the pitching category. Have not had to use a ton of arms here in this busy stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Check swung foul, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Noah Dressler went 8 innings of shutout ball, and Mike Tobin picked up his 4th save of the year in Game 1 against La Crosse. 1-2 the count here. The pitch to Brandon. Inside, called strike 3, and that will do it for the Cougars in the first. In the inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Your new score after 1 complete. Cougars 2, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner, Joel Krenz, and Courtney Luciano helping to bring you the broadcast here today. 8-9-1 due up for the Raiders here as we play on into the top of the second. It'll be Aaron Tratner, the right fielder, due up first. Tratner, Byer, and the top of the order. First pitch from Gregory misses upstairs, 1-0. Gregory threw 23 pitches in that first inning. MSOE got 2 runs on 2 hits. Wind the 1-0. Swan and hit foul out of play over the third base side. CUC will head to Schaumburg to take on the rival Dominican Stars on Monday. The 1-1. Misses outside, now 2-1. Stars come into today sitting in a third place tie with Benedictine. The pitch, Swan and popped up in foul ground. Wind will help this one well out of play. 2-2 the count now to Tratner from Gregory. We'll keep you updated with some of the scores around the conference today. CUC, with the right help, can actually clinch a playoff berth once again for the tournament at Capco in May. CUC with much bigger goals in mind, though, overall. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. He got him upstairs. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Gregory. 1 out in the MSOE second.
Batting ninth, shortstop, number 7, Josh Byer.
It'll be Josh Byer now, the shortstop, the batter. Making his 16th start of the year, hitting .340. See if Gregory can settle in here after a little trouble in the first, as this one's lifted into shallow center. Tyrell is there battling the wind, and he will make the catch, and there's 2 away. They'll turn the lineup over and bring up Joe Gilpin, the left fielder.
Left fielder number 2, Joe Gilpin.
Gilpin is 0 for 1. He grounded out first time up on a bunt. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. 1-1 game over at the softball field. If you're looking for that, you can go back to the main YouTube page as that one swung on and missed. CUC Sports. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the second as a big hook is in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Gilpin wants time. Wind and the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, spoiled foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him on the inside corner with a heater, and that will do it for MSOE in the second. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 1.5. Cougars 2, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Bottom of the second here will be 6-7-8 due up for the Cougars. Leading off will be the center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
Leading off the bottom of the second, center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
Cougars picked up 2 runs on 2 hits in the first. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Tyrell on the season for CUC is a .222 hitter, making his 27th start. Has 7 doubles, a triple, and a home run to his credit. 0-1 pitch bounces in, now 1-1. CUC is going to have to be patient. Demkovic has shown early in this game that he's going to throw a lot of junk at these CUC hitters. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Demkovic winds. Breaking ball lifted into right center, and that'll be down for a base hit. Tyrell will round first hard, but stay there. Leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning for CUC. With the leadoff man, it will bring up Mateo Kaye, the Cougar designated hitter.
Batting 7, Cougars designated hitter, number 16, Mateo Kaye.
Tyrell at first, Kaye the batter now. Kaye on the season for CUC hitting .464, making his 18th start. He'll take a quick check on Tyrell. CUC as a team this season is 77 of 96 in stolen base attempts. Once again, ranking in the top portion of the country. They've done that ever since Coach Mike Stosky's been here, even when he was an assistant coach under Adam Smith, as that one misses upstairs, now 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Here to Kaye. Kick and the 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt. Tyrell was off on the pitch, and he will take second base easily. 2-0 the count to Kaye, now with a runner in scoring position. Two balls, no strikes to count to the Cougar designated hitter. Demkovic with the long look over at second, the 2-0. Just misses off the outside corner. It's 3-0 to Kaye. Bottom portion of the order coming up. You don't have to get too cute with the 3-0 pitch here to Kaye. Demkovic with the long hold once again. The kick and the 3-0. Called strike, just catches the corner. So win Gus once again. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Three balls, 1 strike. Demkovic gets his sign, now kicks the 3-1. Swung and grounded softly third base side, but Kaye fouled it off his foot. And the count will be full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, the count. Demkovic with the long look in to Coker behind the plate. Kick and the 3-2. Swan spoiled foul once again. We'll do it at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to the Cougar designated hitter. Runner in scoring position, nobody out in a 2-2 ball game. And Kaye wants time as Demkovic was taking a while getting the sign in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tyrell with a short lead over at second. Kick and the 3-2. Ground ball back up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, Byer, who will throw across to retire Kaye. 1 out in the inning now with Tyrell over at third. Batter now will be Justin Rodriguez, the catcher.
Batting eighth, catcher, number 25, Justin Rodriguez.
1 out in the Cougar half of the second. 2-2 your score. Rodriguez, the batter. First pitch to him is lifted into shallow right, and that will be an RBI single. 3-2 CUC as Rodriguez delivers with 1 out in the second.
Batting ninth, Cougars right fielder, number 7, Matt Fouth.
Batter now will be Matt Fouth, the Cougar right fielder. Cougars taking the lead as they take a quick look at Rodriguez. Rodriguez at first with 1 away. They'll take another look over at Rodriguez as he was barely off of first base. Fouth on the season for CUC, hitting .262, making his 20th start of the year. Has 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 homers to his credit to go along with 9 RBIs. As this one breaking ball swung on and missed, it got away from the catcher. I think they got a little it had to have been crossed up. It'll be a pass ball, putting Rodriguez in scoring position for Fouth with 1 away. Fouth on the season with runners in scoring position is 2 for 23. CUC against left-handed pitching this season is hitting .364. This one lifted down the right field line, hooking into the corner, and the wind will push it foul. On a normal day, that probably is a double down into the corner. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Fouth 0 for 2 against left-handed pitching this season. No balls, 2 strikes to count here. One run in already for CUC here in the second. Kick in the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball lifted down the right field side, and that will hook foul and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Right-handers are batting .333 against Demkovich this season. No balls, 2 strikes to count here. Kick and the pitch to Fouth. Ground ball towards second, playable for Acelio, who will go over to first, and there's 2 away. Rodriguez advances to third on the play. That'll turn the lineup over and bring up Jose Mercado. Mercado was hit by a pitch his first time up.
Back to the top of the order, shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
Mercado on the season with runners in scoring position is hitting .360. He's 9 for 25. First pitch swinging, and it's lined off the face of the MSOE dugout on the third base side. 0-1 the count. Mercado on the season, a .381 hitter with 17 RBIs, trying to add to that total here. CUC with a 3-2 lead here in the second. 0-1 pitch, ran inside and hit him. And that's the second time Mercado has been hit by a pitch today. Another category that you wouldn't expect somebody to rank in the top part of the country. Mercado came into today ranking 9th in the country and hit by pitches. He's been hit twice today. He's now been hit 16 times this season.
Cougars second baseman.
Next closest to that is Brody Mariotti, who has 8. So double anybody else. With 2 on now, it'll bring up Braden Benavidez, the Cougars second baseman. Benavidez is 1 for 1 here in game 1. With a run scored, he doubled to left center back in the first. First pitch, breaking ball is down as Mercado holds. Good block by Coker behind the plate. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball outside. They'll go back to the mound. Mercado off on the play will take second easily. Lost his helmet about 3/4 of the way through. Runners at second and third now for Benavidez with 2 away. Two balls, no strikes to count with a base open here. Kick and the 2-0. Swan off the handle of the bat and foul, and it's 2-1. There is action down in the MSOE bullpen. A right-hander is getting loose. Benavidez, a .368 hitter with runners in scoring position. He's 14 for 38. Two balls, 1 strike to count here. Kick and the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Now 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to count. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Kick and the 3-1. Well outside in the dirt, and Benavidez draws a walk to load the bases with 2 away. That'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman. Van Duzer is 0 for 1 here in game 1. He flew out last time up. Van Duzer, a .472 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. He's 2 for 4 with the bases loaded. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Rodriguez at third, Mercado at second, Benavidez at first. Chance for the Cougars to add on here, leading 3-2 in the second. Kick and the 0-1. Breaking ball, called strike on the outside corner. Van Duzer didn't like that one. He now finds himself in an 0-2 hole. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Kick and the 0-2. In the dirt, good block there by Coker. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Demkovic trying to escape trouble here as this one spoiled foul on a breaking pitch by Van Duzer, and we'll do it again at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. 2 outs in the Cougars' second. Demkovic kicks the 1-2. Breaking ball lined into center field, and that'll be down for a base hit. Mercado will be waved around third. Relay coming home will be cut off, and it's a 2 RBI single, and it's 5-2 CUC here in the second. And time will be called here, and we will have a new pitcher for the Raiders. We'll take a quick break, get you set up with a new arm here in just a few moments. You're watching Cougar Baseball powered by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. It'll be Brody Mariotti with runners on first and second to greet the new pitcher for MSOE. The pitcher is number 99, Kyle Jablonski, a 6', 205-pound sophomore from Greenfield, Wisconsin. First pitch, breaking ball is lifted into center. Playable, and that will do it for the Cougars in the bottom of the second. In the inning for CUC, they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2. Your new score after 2 complete. Cougars 5, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest, Andres Acelio to lead off. 1-0 the count here from Gregory. That went in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. It is 2-3-4 due up for the Raiders here in the third. As this one's grounded left side, fielded on 2 hops by Van Duzer. Throw across to Mariotti isn't plenty of time, and there's 1 away. With 1 out now, that will bring up the center fielder, number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
Center fielder, number 23.
Gregory trying to settle in. He had a good second inning for the Cougars. Beauchamp on the day is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. First pitch is off the handle and foul straight back, 0-1. In the top of the third here in River Forest, a windy day right before the Easter holiday, as that one misses high and tight. A lot of families in town here for the Cougars, for all the out-of-town players on a long weekend. 1-1 the count here from Gregory. The pitch, breaking ball, misses down and away. Now 2-1. CUC will have off tomorrow, then they will get back to action on Monday at Dominican in Schaumburg at the Boomer Stadium. 2-1 pitch, fastball, misses up. Now 3-1. CUC will then host North Park Tuesday. They will head to North Central on Wednesday. They will then return to NACC play the following Saturday against Aurora, which could be a determination of the title in the conference. As the 3-1 pitch misses down. Second walk of the day for Gregory, puts a one-out base runner on for MSOE here in the third.
Designated hitter, number 22, Nick Gross.
Batter is Nick Gross, the designated hitter. Gregory, one that has not walked a lot of hitters this year, has 6 walks coming into today, already with 2 on the day, as that one misses for a ball. CUC has had a lot of success against this Raider team over the years. Since the 2008 season, as this one's grounded, could be 2. Benavidez to Mercado to Mariotti, a 4-6-3 double play, and that's the end of the third. In the inning for the Raiders, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 2.5. Cougars 5, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Selner. Glad you could join us here. We go to the bottom of the third. 5-2 Cougars lead. It'll be 5-6-7 due up for CUC, led off by Connor Brandon, the left fielder. First pitch swinging, and it's a single through the left side, and the leadoff man is aboard for the third straight inning for CUC. That'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder.
Batting for the Cougars, center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
So with the man on now, Tyrell the batter. Tyrell on the day for CUC is 1 for 1 with a stolen base. They'll take a check on Brandon over at first. Another check on Brandon as he gets back a little bit close. No balls, no strikes to count. Runner on with nobody out. First pitch, runner goes. Fastball is in. Throw down to second is not in time as Brandon just beat the tag. Ball beat him there, but he slid to the outside of the base and gets in there. A stolen base puts a runner in scoring position now for CUC with nobody away. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Jablonski falls as that pitch gets away. A wild pitch will move Brandon up to third. 2-0 the count here on Tyrell. Setting up Jablonski for the Raiders. The right-hander has a 4.86 ERA on the season, a 2-0 record, making his 8th appearance. As the 2-0 is in the dirt, now 3-0. Has worked 16 2/3 innings, allowed 19 hits, 9 earned runs, has walked 7, struck out 17. Opponents hitting .284 against him. MSOE team that struggled on the hill this season, a 6.56 team ERA. As that one misses down, and Tyrell is on with a 4-pitch walk. Runners at the corners now, and the batter will be Mateo Kai.
Batting for the Cougars, designated hitter number 16, Mateo Kaye.
Kaye is 0 for 1 here in Game 1. He grounded out in his first plate appearance. Kick, the 0 pitch. Looped down the left field line. It'll be a 1.5 foot foul. 0-1. Kaye on the season for CUC with runners in scoring position is hitting .474. He's 9 of 19. Kaye with 13 RBIs this season for CUC as they take a check on Tyrell. A 3-3 game now over at the softball stadium. It's a big doubleheader for CUC. MSOE and the Cougars both right in the middle of the playoff mix for softball. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball is swung and foul tipped. Tyrell off on the play. He got a late jump and got thrown out on the play. So Tyrell caught stealing 2-4, and there's 1 out in the inning. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Kaye. Jablonski gets assigned kicks. The pitch misses upstairs for a ball, and they want to check to see if Kaye went. He did not. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the Cougar third. Kick and the 1-2. Swan and grounded towards second. Brandon will easily score on the play. It'll be an RBI ground out for Kaye, and it's 6-2 CUC. Batter now will be Justin Rodriguez, the catcher.
Justin Rodriguez.
Nobody on, 2 out, 1 run in as this one's grounded third base side. A big hop there into the glove of the third baseman Stryker, who will throw it across, and that will do it for the Cougars in the third. In the inning for CUC, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors and nobody left. We're through 3 here in River Forest. Cougars 6, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. It'll be 5-6-7, 2 up for the Raiders here in the top of the fourth. Striker Graham Coker as the first pitch is fouled off from Gregory, and it's 0-1. Gregory, through 3 innings of work for the Cougars, has allowed 2 earned runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He's now thrown 45 pitches on the day. As the 0-1 is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Striker is 1 for 1 with an RBI in the ballgame. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Caught him looking on the outside corner. And there's 1 away in the Raider half of the fourth.
First baseman number 17, Adam Graham.
With 1 out now, that'll bring up Adam Graham, the first baseman. Graham is 0 for 1. Reached on an error by the second baseman, Benavidez. As he lays down a good bunt here, CUC will let it roll, and it will stay fair. It will be a bunt single with 1 away for the Raiders in the fourth. So with 1 out and 1 on, that will bring up the catcher, number 9, Ryan Coker. Coker's 0 for 1 here in game 1. He grounded out his first time up. First offering from Gregory is in there for strike 1. Kick and the 0-1 pitch. Swan grounded towards short. Could be 2. Mercado, Benavidez, he lost his balance at second. It will be a fielder's choice. Benavidez lost his balance trying to keep his foot on second. 2 outs in the inning, though. Coker, your new runner at first. Graham retired 6-4. Batter now will be Aaron Tratner, the right fielder. Tratner on the day is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. 2 outs here in the Raider half of the fourth. Opening offering from Gregory is a fastball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Gregory kicks the 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Kick and the 0-2. Swan and spoiled foul off the handle over the first base side, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Gregory came into today with a 2.73 ERA. Per that quad of CUC starters that have been just phenomenal this season. As this one swung on and missed with a fastball on the outside corner. Gregory strands 1 in the top of the fourth. Your score remains after 3.5. Cougars 6, Raiders 2.
Off the bottom of the fourth for the Cougars.
Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chicago Motor Coach. Chicago Motor Coach, the official transportation provider of CUC Athletics. First pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Correction batting, right fielder number 7, Matt Fouth.
0-1 the count here to Fouth. CUC leading 6-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. 0-1 breaking ball in there for a called strike, and Fouth finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Fouth on the day is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Wind and the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and just got a piece of it. As Fouth stays alive, count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. Now 1-2. MSOE finds themselves in a logjam in the middle part of the conference right now, trying to make a tournament push. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Now 2-2. Currently, MSOE sits in 8th. You got to remember, though, Benedictine ineligible for the tournament this year after their failed attempt to go to Division II. So they're ineligible, so that adds an extra spot. So technically, if Benedictine finishes in the top 7, as this one's grounded to 3rd, and Fouth is thrown out 5-3 by Stryker. But Benedictine will not factor in the playoff decision this season. They currently sit in 4th. So right now, if the playoffs started today, your playoff picture would be CUC, Aurora, Dominican, Marion, Concordia, Wisconsin, and Illinois Tech. MSOE sits just a half game back of Illinois Tech for that 6th and final spot. As this one's lifted into right center by Mercado. Calling for it and making the catch, battling the wind, is the right fielder, Tratner. And there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, that'll bring up Braden Benavides, the Cougars' second baseman. Benavides is 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. He has also walked in the ballgame. First pitch, just called strike at the knees, 0-1. So a big jam for the playoff push. The 0-1 pitch, down and in, now 1-1. You look at it, there's 4 teams right now with 6 or 7 losses, and they range from Marion, who's in the 4th spot, to MSOE in the 8th spot. The pitch, swung on and missed, changed speeds on him there, now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Jablonski trying to work a clean half of the 4th. The pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the 4th. Jablonski winds and deals. Pitch just misses off the inside corner, and the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Jablonski gets the sign he likes, winds, and the payoff pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt, and the Cougars will have a 2-out base runner. Third time Benavides has been aboard. The batter now will be Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman.
Cougars third baseman
Van Duzer is 1 for 2 here in game 1. Had a 2 RBI single last time up. 6-2, Cougars lead it here. Benavides at first with 2 away. First pitch called a strike on the inside corner. Van Duzer turned away, thought it was going to hit him. 0-1. A couple scores across the conference right now. Aurora and Marion at a 1-1 score. That game in the bottom of the 5th. Concordia, Wisconsin, Lakeland 2-2. That game also in the 5th. as they'll check on Benavides. Rockford leads Edgewood 2-0. That game in the bottom of the fourth. Benedictine leading Illinois Tech 5-3. That game in the fourth as they check on Benavides once again. Wisconsin Lutheran and Dominican also underway. No score update from over there in Milwaukee just yet as they check on Benavides one more time. No balls, 1 strike to count on Van Duzer. Cougars trying to score for the 4th straight inning. The pitch. Runner goes. Breaking ball is a called strike. Throw down to second is in time. Second time CUC has been caught stealing today, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 4th. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 4 here in River Forest. Your score remains Cougars 6, MSOE 2. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. 9-1-2 due up for the Raiders here as we play on into the top of the 5th. It'll be Josh Beyer, the shortstop, to lead off. Against Gregory here, Cougars leading this one 6-2. First pitch called strike 1 on the outside corner. Beyer is 0 for 1 here in game 1. He flew out his first time up. As that fastball is called strike 2 on the outside corner, and Beyer finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Gregory settled in after giving up 2 runs on 2 hits in the first. Has allowed just a bunt single last inning. 0-2 breaking ball is fouled off by Beyer, and we'll do it again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Wind in the 0-2 pitch. Just misses off the outside corner for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Nobody out in the MSOE half of the 5th. Breaking ball, grounded, third base side, and it'll roll foul. One ball, 2 strikes to count here. To Beyer, top of the order, due up next for the Raiders here in the 5th. CUC answered to top of the first. Raider runs with 2 runs on 2 hits of their own. CUC added 3 more in the second and 1 in the third. Jablonski settled down and got through the Cougar 4th quickly as this one's popped foul and out of play as Gregory got in on the hands of Beyer. Kick and the pitch. Just misses off the outside corner. It was close once again. Count now 2-2. MSOE is a team hitting .311 against left-handed pitching this season. Beyer himself is 2 for 5. The 2-2. Swan and spoiled foul once again. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the number 9 batter in this MSOE order. The pitch. Breaking ball is bounced off the plate. Gregory will field it. Throw to first is in time. And there's one away in the MSOE half. With 1 out now, that will bring up the top of the order in the left fielder, number 2, Joel Gilpin.
Left fielder number 2, Joe Gilpin.
Gilpin is 0 for 2 here today. He's struck out and grounded out. First pitch offering is swung and fouled straight back. 0-1 the count. Gregory winds the 0-1 pitch. Good breaking ball. Misses just down. Now 1-1. Lefties are hitting 375 against Gregory this season coming into today. They were 3 of 8 as that fastball is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Kick and the 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and in, and the count moves to 2-2. Gregory winds to 2-2. Fastball, check swung, and held on to by Rodriguez. Strikeout number 6 of the day for Gregory. And there's 2 away in the MSOE half of the 5th.
Second baseman, number 3, Andres Astilio.
2 outs now. That'll bring up the second baseman, number 3, Andres Astilio. As the first pitch is fouled off. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike to count. Kick and the 0-1. Misses down and away, and the count levels at 1-1. Celio is 0 for 1 here in game 1 with a run scored. He walked and scored in the first and stole a base, and he grounded out his last time up. 1-1. Called strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Gregory winds the 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild in the top of the 5th. The 2-2. Swan spoiled foul on the first base side, and the count will remain at 2-2. Kick and the 2-2 again. Ran inside, and the count runs full now 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gregory gets his sign, winds, and the payoff pitch. Misses. Gregory thought he had strike 3. And it will be a 2-out walk, putting a runner on for the Raiders.
Center fielder number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
It'll bring up the center fielder number 23, Brandon Beauchamp. Beauchamp is 0 for 1, has struck out and walked. First offering from Gregory is off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Beauchamp, a .429 hitter against lefties this season, as that one misses down. Now 2-0. Beauchamp, a .500 hitter, 12 for 24 with 2 outs on the season. 2 balls, no strikes to count. As they wanted to get the dust off the mound. 2 balls, no strikes to Beauchamp. Gregory kicks the pitch. Swan and fouled back on a fastball. Now 2-1. Gregory with 3 walks on the day has given up 3 hits and 4 2/3 inning of work to go along with 6 strikeouts. 2-1 the count here. They take a quick check on Ocelio over at first. Two balls, 1 strike. Kick the pitch. Misses down and away, and the count moves to 3-1. This will be pitch number 80 of the day for Gregory as his pitch count starts to rise. Kick in the 3-1. Fastball lifted into center field. Wendell hold that up easily, and it's an easy play for Keegan Tyrell, and that will do it for the Raiders in the 5th. In the inning, no runs, no hits. They leave 1. Your score through 4.5. Cougars 6, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. It will be 3-4-5 due up for the Cougars in the 5th. Leading off will be the third baseman, number 9, Brian Van Duzer. First pitch misses upstairs from Jablonski for ball 1. Van Duzer is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball that misses down. Jablonski on for his third full inning of work. Has worked 2 1/3 thus far, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks thus far. The 2-0 pitch down and away. And it's 3-0. Wind in the 3-0 pitch to Van Duzer is a called strike. Now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Wind in the pitch. Ran high, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Cougars in the 5th. It's now 4 out of 5 innings CUC has had the leadoff man aboard. It'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the first baseman.
Cougars first baseman, number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti is 1 for 2 with an RBI here in game 1. Has also flown out. Cougars trying to add on here, leading 6-2. So they take a quick check on Van Duzer. MSOE pitching has been very careful with the Cougars on the base paths. CUC has been thrown out twice trying to steal second. Offering is fouled off as Mariotti was late there. 0-1 the count. Good crowd on hand here despite the colder temperatures. A sunny day without a cloud in the sky, as this one will be lined into center field, and it'll be a base hit for Mariotti. Runners at first and second now for CUC with nobody out, and it'll bring up Connor Brandon.
Cougars left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
Brandon is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Also went down looking in this ball game thus far. Brandon, a .326 hitter on the season with 30 RBIs, one of 3 Cougars with 30-plus already on the season. Corners up for MSOE. First pitch swinging, and that will be down the left field line for an extra base hit. Doozer will come in to score. Mariotti coming around third. He's going to get waved around to score, and it will be a 2 RBI double by Connor Brandon, and it's 8-2 CUC. Big swing of the bat there for Brandon. RBIs 31 and 32 on the year, and the Cougars have an 8-2 lead.
Cougars center fielder number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
Batter now will be Keegan Tyrell, the Cougars center fielder. Brandon on second now. Tyrell is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Has also walked in today's ballgame. First pitch offering is a breaking ball for a called strike. CUC breaking it open here in the 6th. As Jablonski wants a new set of signs. MSOE with a right-hander getting loose once again. Kick in the 0-1. Swan and fouled off. Count now 0-2 to Tyrell. CUC getting the offense going after struggling though against La Crosse, though you do have to take into account La Crosse, a nationally receiving votes team who threw their number 1 and number 2 against the Cougars, who are very, very good pitchers, and I'd be very surprised not to see them on an all-region ballot or 2 down the road here in a few weeks. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, bounces. Brandon was off, and he will take third on the play. Count now 1-2. Brandon to third on the wild pitch. 1-2 the count here to Tyrell. Still nobody out here in the Cougar half as this one's grounded back to the pitcher, Jablonski, who will go to first for out number 1. 1 out with Brandon still at third. It'll bring up Mateo Kaye, the Cougar designated hitter. Kaye is 0 for 2 with an RBI. He drove home 1 on a ground out to second last time up. Brandon, the runner at third here with 1 away. Infield in for MSOE. Trying to cut the runner down at home, trailing by 6 as this one's popped fouling out of play by Kaye for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Kick in the pitch. Swan in line to shallow right. Caught made on the run by the right fielder, Tratner, for out number 2. Brandon didn't even have a chance to tag up. Tratner playing shallow in right was on the run, and that ball was hit hard by Kaye. So no chance to tag up on the play. So with 2 outs and Brandon still at third, the batter will be Justin Rodriguez, the catcher. Rodriguez is 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Has also grounded out. 8-2 CUC leads it. Has scored in every inning but the 4th. 8 runs on 8 hits. Offering is a breaking ball in the dirt blocked by Coker for ball 1. Rodriguez on the season with runners in scoring position for CUC is hitting 158. He's 3 for 19. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt once again, now 2-0. If it wasn't for the wind, everybody would be out here grilling. It'd be a perfect day for baseball. It's supposed to be nice on Monday in the mid-60s, hopefully with considerably less wind. Kick in the 2-0. Popped up into shallow right. Calling for it is the right fielder, Tratner, who will make the catch in foul ground. And that will do it for the Cougars in the 5th. In the inning for CUC, they pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. Your new score after 5, Cougars 8, Raiders 2. Back here in River Forest once again, leading off for the Raiders will be the designated hitter, Nick Gross.
Batting for the Raiders, designated hitter, number 22, Nick Gross.
So we play on into the 6th. Gregory on for CUC as strike 1 is in there to Gross. Gross on the day is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. This one swung and hit well into center field. Calling for it and backing up is Tyrell, who will camp under it and make the catch for out number 1. With 1 out in the inning, now that will bring up the third baseman, number 5, Nick Stryker.
Third baseman, number 5, Nick Stryker.
No balls, 1 strike to count. Gregory winds and deals. Pitch misses down and in, now 1-1. Probably the last inning of work for Gregory. Now at 84 pitches on the day. CUC with a comfortable lead. He'll be in line for his 4th win of the season. As that breaking ball misses upstairs, now 2-1. Wind in the 2-1 pitch. Swan and fouled straight back off the pole. Now 2-2. Gregory last season, before he got injured, was 4-0. So trying to move to 8-0 as a Cougar, which is a very impressive way to start your career, as that breaking ball is up. Now 3-2. Full count here to Stryker. Gregory winds and the 3-2 pitch. Ran high and he walked him. With 1 out and 1 on now, that will bring up the first baseman, Adam Graham. Graham is 1 for 2 in game 1. Reached on an error back in the first. His first pitch misses in for ball 1. This one's grounded foul on the third base side. Count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 8-2, Cougars lead it here. Kick in the 1-1. Swan and popped foul and out of play over the first base side, and the count moves to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count, 1 out in the inning. This one fouled straight back once again. We'll do it again at 1-2. Striker, the runner at first, drew a 1-out walk. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, misses high and away. Now 2-2. That's the pitch when Gregory has that going when he becomes almost unhittable. Has shown it at times today, but has not had complete control of the breaking ball. The 2-2. Runner goes. This one fouled straight back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 6th. Gregory gets his sign, kicks the 2-2. Swan and fouled off once again, and the count will remain at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Cougars do have action in their bullpen. As the 2-2 is popped foul once again. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat coming. Cougars with a lefty and a righty getting ready down in the pen. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Kick in the pitch. Swan and spoiled foul. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat coming. It's Anthony Rogers and Sal Biondo getting loose down in the bullpen. The 2-2. Runner goes. Another foul ball. This one's laced foul right above the dugout of the Raiders on the third base side. Two balls, 2 strikes to count to Graham from Gregory. The pitch. Swan grounded towards third. Could be 2. To second for 1. Across to first. Not in time. And it'll be a fielder's choice. Graham reaches. Striker retired. With 2 outs now, that will bring up the catcher, number 9, Ryan Coker.
Catcher, number 9, Ryan Coker.
Two outs in the inning. Gregory trying to get through the 6th. First pitch offering is a fastball high and away for ball 1. Kick in the 1-0. High and away once again, now 2-0. Gregory now at 101 pitches on the day. Will most likely be his last inning, might even be his last hitter. Coker on the day is 0 for 2, has grounded out twice. 2-0 pitch. Swan and hit into left. Battling the sun is Connor Brandon, and he lost it in the sun, and it'll be down for a hit. Running hard the whole way and scoring on the play is Graham. And it's 8-3. Nothing Gregory can do about that one. And we're going to have a pitching change for the Cougars. We'll take a break. Anthony Rogers coming on for the Cougars. Your score 8-3 here in the 6th with 2 outs. We'll get you set up with Rogers when we return. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. New pitcher for the Cougars is Anthony Rogers, left-hander coming in, making his 5th appearance of the season. Has a 0 ERA on the year in 3 2/3 innings of work. As the first pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. He's allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Opponents batting .214 against him. He last pitched on Thursday in Game 2 against UW La Crosse. Comes into a 2-out situation with a runner on second. 0-1 pitch is hit into right center. There to make the catch is Fouth, and that will do it. In the inning for the Raiders, they get 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 1. Your new score after 5.5. Cougars 8, Raiders 3. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. New pitcher on for the Raiders as we head to the bottom of the sixth. It will be number 72, right-hander Nathan Tremore. Tremore, a 6'1", 180-pound junior from Ripon, Wisconsin. Tremore on the season has a 5.19 ERA, making his 7th appearance. Has worked 8 2/3 innings with 9 walks and 15 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .235 against him. As the first pitch misses outside, Matt Fouth is the batter for the Cougars. Fouth here in game number 1 is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Closing the book on Jablonski as that one misses. Now 2-0. Jablonski worked 3 1/3, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits, walked 3, and threw 40 pitches. 2-0 the count here. And that one's down and away. Quickly 3-0 to Fouth. Three balls, no strikes to count. Tremore kicks and the pitch. Fastball catches the knees. Now 3-1. Tremore readies the 3-1. Swan in line towards second. Fouth got a good piece of that one. But standing there was Acelio to make the catch. And there's one away. That'll bring up the top of the order for CUC. In the shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado. Mercado is 0 for 1 here in game 1. Has scored twice. Has also been hit by a pitch twice.
Shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
So Mercado looking for his first hit of the day. First pitch, Mercado bunts at and fouls it off. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike the count to Mercado. Tremore kicks the pitch. Good breaking ball there. Now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Tremore kicks and the pitch. Misses upstairs. Now 2-1. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Spoiled foul off the hands. We'll do it again at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count here to Mercado. Tremore with a long look into Coker. Gets his sign, now readies. Kicks and the pitch. Swan and hit well down the left field line, but it will hook foul. And we'll do it again at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Mercado. Kick and the pitch. Called strike 3. He caught Mercado looking. And that's the first strikeout of the day for Tremore. And there's 2 outs in the Cougar 6th. 2 outs now. That'll bring up the second baseman, Braden Benavides. Benavides is 1 for 1 with a run scored and a double in this game. Has also walked twice. Two outs here in the Cougar half of the 6th. First pitch is outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strike to count here to Benavides. Tremore kicks the pitch. Good pitch in there to level the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. Tremore trying to work a clean bottom half of the 6th. Pitch, Swan, and spoiled foul. Count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Benavides. Tremore gets his sign. Now readies. Kicks and the pitch. Swan and popped into right. Playable for the right fielder Tratner, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 6th. In the inning, the Cougars go out in order. Your score remains after 6 innings of play. Cougars 8, Raiders 3. Back here in River Forest once again, Rogers on for his first inning of work. He will face 9-1-2 of this MSOE order. First up is Josh Byer, and he takes strike 1. Byer on the day for the Raiders is 0 for 2 with the ground out and a flyout. Top of the 7th here in River Forest. 0-1 pitch in there for called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. See how Coach Dawski wants to manage his bullpen late in this ball game. First time in conference since Wisconsin Lutheran, it's been a reasonably close game in the late innings. 1-2 the count. CUC owns the series against MSOE. CUC is 23-2 against the Raiders since 2008. Including a 12-0 record here in River Forest. Now 2-2 as that one misses outside. CUC averaging 10 runs a game against MSOE pitching. The Cougars defeated the Raiders 3 times last season, including a 13-3 game, which was played up at Capco Park in the NACC tournament. The 2-2 pitch. Swan and pop foul out of play on the right side. We'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rogers the pitcher for CUC. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lined into center, but playable for Keegan Tyrell, who will make the catch in straightaway center for out number 1. With 1 out now, that'll bring up the top of the order in the left fielder, Joe Gilpin.
Left fielder number 2, Joe Gilpin.
Gilpin is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts here in game 1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch misses down for a ball, 1-0. Gilpin on the season against left-handers is hitting .375. 1-0 pitch is a called strike to level the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike to count. Rogers kicks and the pitch. Misses down and away. Now 2-1. Rogers has not faced many lefties this season, Gilpin being just his third. Opponents hitting just above 200 right now against Rogers as the 2-1 misses inside. Now 3-1. Three balls, one strike to count. Rogers kicks and the 3-1. Fastball in there, and the count runs full. Now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 7th. Kick and the full count pitch. Grounded to third. Doozer is there. He will throw it across, and there's 2 away. With 2 outs in the inning now, that'll bring up Andres Acelio, second baseman.
Second baseman number 3, Andreas Ocelio.
2 outs here in the Raider half of the 7th. Ocelio is 0 for 1, has been walked twice as he takes strike 1 here from Rogers. No balls, 1 strike. Rogers kicks and delivers. This one grounded towards short, playable for Mercado, who will flip it across, and that's a clean 1-2-3 inning for Rogers in the 7th. In the inning, the Raiders go out in order. Your score remains after 6.5 here in River Forest. Cougars 8, Raiders 3. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sonner. Glad you could join us here. It will be 3-4-5 to up for the Cougars here as first pitch is swung and hit well by Van Duzer into center field. Back and trekking it is the center fielder, Beauchamp, who will make the catch, and there's 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Cougar 7th.
Cougars first baseman number 8, Brody Mariotti.
With 1 out now, that'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the Cougar first baseman. Mariotti is 2 for 3 here in Game 1 with a run scored and an RBI. First pitch breaking ball misses just outside for ball 1. One ball, no strike the count. Kick the 1-0. Breaking ball just catches the inside corner. Mariotti thought it was inside. Now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Mariotti coming into today with 10 home runs on the season, which was 2 behind the leader nationally as of yesterday. The pitch, Swan and pop foul and out of play, and it's 1-2. Wind not helping that race here in River Forest today. Helps if you're on the softball field, though I only think there was 2 home runs hit in game 1 over there, which CUC fell into the Raiders 7-2. Kick the 1-2 to Mariotti. It's spoiled foul once again, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Cougars coming in today 24-2 overall. Raiders 7-17. Last time CUC lost a game, they rattled off 24 straight. We'll see if they can get some sort of streak going once again here. As this one swung on and missed. Mariotti laid on a pitch on the outside corner. And there's 2 away. With 2 outs now, that brings up Connor Brandon, the left fielder.
Batting for the Cougars, left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
Brandon in game 1 is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a double. And a run scored. First offering, a breaking ball, runs inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes the count. You'd assume Stosky would send Rogers back out there for the 8th. Has looked good. The 1-0. Breaking ball this time catches the corner. Now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the Cougar half of inning number 7. The 1-1 pitch. Swan and missed. Came up empty there. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the Cougar half of inning number 7. Tremore gets his sign already. It's the pitch. Swan and missed. Brandon was late on that one. And that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the inning, CUC goes down in order. We're headed to the 8th here in River Forest. Cougars 8, Raiders 3. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sunner. Glad you could join us here. We go to the 8th here in River Forest. Cougars leading this one 8-3. Anthony Rogers continuing to pitch. It'll be 3-4-5 due up for the Raiders as first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. It will be Brandon Beauchamp, the batter now, the center fielder for the Raiders. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a strikeout, as that one's a called strike on the outside corner. Now 1-1. Rogers has worked an inning and a third thus far. Is not allowed to hit on 16 pitches. As a big curveball is a called strike there. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Nobody out. The pitch. just misses. Umpire behind home plate flinched. Thought he was going to ring him up there. Now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swan pop foul on the third base side, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Game 2 of our doubleheader will come up approximately 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. You can always find all your CUC baseball updates on our Twitter page at CUC Baseball. You can always get all the up-to-date stats and recaps at cucougars.com. Kick in the 2-2. Breaking ball, grounded first base side. Tough play, Mariotti, and it'll be fair down into the Cougar bullpen. Beauchamp running hard the whole way. He will cruise into second with a stand-up double. So a double to lead off the 8th for the Raiders. And we will have a pitching change for the Cougars. We'll take a quick break. New pitcher coming on for CUC here in the 8th. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Southern. Glad you could join us here. New pitcher on for the Cougars is Sal Biondo, the Cougar right-hander, making his 3rd appearance of the season. Has a 6 ERA in 3 innings of work. Has allowed 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. Opponents hitting .250 against him. He last appeared against Lakeland earlier this week, working 2 innings of no-run ball. Comes in with a runner on second base here and nobody out in the top of the 8th. Batter is Nick Gross, the DH. Gross on the day for MSOE is 1 for 3 with an RBI double and a run scored. This one, Swan and lifted foul and out of play. Now 1-1. Not a save situation here for Biondo. Rogers responsible for the runner at second, Beauchamp. 1-1 pitch. Swan and foul tipped into the glove of Rodriguez behind the dish. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Biondo with a few looks to second, and time was called before the pitch. 1-2 the count. MSOE trying to claw their way back into this one. Trailing 8-3 here in the top of the 8th. Biondo with a long look in, getting on the same page now with Rodriguez. Right-hander kicks and deals. Pitch Swan and fouled straight back. Count remain at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the top of the 8th. Biondo kicks the pitch. Breaking ball skied into shallow center. Calling for it is Keegan Tyrell, and there's one away. Big out in the inning. Beauchamp still at second with 1 out now. It'll bring up the third baseman, number 5, Nick Stryker.
Third baseman, number 5, Nick Stryker.
Stryker here in game 1 is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He's been aboard twice. He's walked and also struck out. One out here in the top of the 8th. Biondo gets the sign he likes from Rodriguez, now readies. Right-hander kicks the old pitch in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. CUC softball just getting underway with game 2 of their doubleheader against the Raiders. Trying to salvage a split in that series. As the 1 breaking ball misses. Now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Beauchamp led off the inning with a double down the line. Kick and the 1-1. Breaking ball, chopped third base side, and it will be foul, fielded by Van Duzer. Count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Cougars leading this one 8-3. Raiders with 3 runs on 5 hits thus far. CUC with 8 runs on 8 hits. Kick and the 1-2 pitch. Swan and hit off the umpire. And that will be a base hit. The umpire just got hit hard in the right knee. That goes down as a hit. Runners will be at first and second here. We'll take a break. Make sure that the umpire out in the field's all right. And we will get you back to action here in just a few moments. Back here in River Forest, our field umpire looks to be all right. That one's going to leave quite a mark. He got hit hard. So Stryker aboard. It goes down as a single for Stryker. Beauchamp had to hold on the play. Batter will be Graham now with runners at first and second and one away. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. Big couple hitters in this ball game here. MSOE trying to get back in it. Long ball basically out of the thought process, though. But a couple hits can make this a ball game real fast. The pitch, Swan popped foul and out of play, and it's quickly 0-2. CUC without a couple of their bullpen pieces today. Noah Dressler, who started against La Crosse on Thursday. Cade Laudenschlager also dead today. Both threw a high number of pitches. Earliest you'd see them, my guess would be Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So a little bit different look to the bullpen here for the Cougars. Kick in the 0-2 pitch. Swan and hit into left, and it'll be down left field corner. One run is in. Beauchamp will score. Stryker will hold at third, and it's an 8-4 ball game in the eighth. 0-2 pitch. Biondo left that one hanging. And the Raiders get a little bit closer here in the eighth. RBI for Graham, and it's 8-4.
Catcher, number 9, Ryan Coker.
Batter will be the catcher, number 9, Ryan Coker. And Coach Stosky is going to his bullpen once again. New pitcher coming on for the Cougars here with 1 out and 2 on in the eighth. We'll take a quick break, get you set up with a new pitcher when we return. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. New pitcher on for the Cougars is number 26, Mike Tobin. Tobin on for the 8th time this season, has yet to allow an earned run. Has 4 saves to his credit. This is a save situation with the tying run in the on-deck circle for the Raiders here in the 8th. 1-0 the count here. Tobin has worked 7 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits with 1 walk and 7 Ks. Opponents hitting 167 against him. The pitch down and away, now 2-0. Biondo responsible for both runners that are on right now with 1 away. Rogers started the inning. gave up 1 run. Gregory started this game going 5 2/3, allowing 3 earned. Rogers came in relief, allowing 1 run. As that one swung on and missed for strike 1. See if Tobin can get a ground ball here and get himself and the Cougars out of trouble in the 8th. Two balls, 1 strike the count. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lifted into shallow right center, and that's going to be down for a hit. Runners will hold, and it'll be bases loaded with 1 out here in the 8th for the Raiders.
Right fielder number 18, Aaron Tratner.
The batter now will be number 18, Aaron Tratner. Tratner with 6 RBIs on the season. On the date, he is 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. First pitch is a fastball outside for ball 1. Tratner on the season with the bases loaded is 1 for 3. He's a .250 hitter with runners in scoring position on the year. 1-0 pitch is check swung and foul. One ball, 1 strike the count. One ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch. Breaking ball misses down and in. Now 2-1. The pitch. Swan and lifted to right. There is foul to make the catch. Runner tags on the play. Throw coming to the plate is almost there. Runner will score. Throw to third is in time. As they try to advance, they said Van Duzer didn't tag him. Oh, my goodness. So 2 outs now. Runners at second and third. It looked, the ball beat the runner to third, but the umpire in the field said that the tag was off. So runners at second and third now. Sacrifice fly for Tratner. Eight to 5, your score now. Batter is the number 9 hitter, Josh Byer, the shortstop. He represents the tying run here as that one misses down and away. Byer is 0 for 3 with a ground out and 2 flyouts here in game 1. Kick and the 1-0. Swan hit towards the middle and through for a base hit. 1 run is in. A second run's coming home. Throw will get cut off, and it's 8-7 Cougars as MSOE continues to rally. A 2 RBI single for Byer, and it's 8-7. RBIs number 8 and 9 on the day for Byer, or 8 and 9 on the year for Byer. Gilpin now representing the go-ahead run. First pitch misses down for a ball, 1-0. Four runs in the inning for MSOE. Pitch, check swung, and it's foul on the first base side. Now 1-1. Chris Woods getting loose down in the Cougar bullpen. The normally reliable CUC bullpen scuffling here in the 8th. 1-1 the count. Pitch, Swan and lifted to shallow left. Connor Brandon is there, and he will make the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders in the 8th. In the inning, they pick up 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. Your new score after 7.5. Cougars 8, Raiders 7. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Keegan Tyrell to lead off for the Cougars. Looking for insurance runs after the Raiders are able to put up 4 runs in the top of the 8th to make this a 1-run game. Tyrell is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored as a first pitch misses for a ball. Continuing to pitch for the Raiders is Tremore. He's gone 2+ innings now without allowing a run with 3 Ks. Has not allowed to hit. 1-0 pitch. Runs inside. Now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count. Kick and the pitch. Swan and line through the right side, and it's a leadoff base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Cougars here in the bottom half of the 8th. And we'll bring up Mateo Kaye, the designated hitter. See if the Cougars want to play a little bit of small ball here, try and add on an insurance run. It's not really their style, but, you know, this hasn't been your everyday ball game either. Kaye, the batter now for CUC. He is 0 for 3 here in Game 1 with an RBI. Has grounded out twice and flown out. First offering is inside and hits Kaye, and the Cougars will have runners at first and second here with nobody out. Batter now will be Justin Rodriguez, the catcher. Rodriguez is 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored here in Game 1.
Justin Rodriguez.
Rodriguez picking up RBI number 7 on the year earlier in this ballgame. CUC trying to get a few back here in the bottom of the 8th. Rodriguez shows bunt, lays down a good one on the first base side. Only play will be to first. It'll be a sacrifice 3-4, and the Cougars will have 2 in scoring position now for Matt Fouth.
Cougars right fielder, number 7, Matt Fouth.
MSOE wants to get a word in. They do have a righty getting loose in a hurry down in the bullpen, down and left. Second and third here, 1 out in the Cougar 8th. Matt Fouth will be the batter. Fouth on the day for CUC is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a flyout. Infield will be in for MSOE, trying to keep this a one-run ball game. And we are going to have a pitching change for the Raiders, it looks like. As they're going out, head coach for the Raiders was looking down to the bullpen. My guess is he's just stalling to make the move, to give a right-hander time to get ready. And they will make the call to the bullpen. We'll take a break. New pitcher coming in for MSOE here. 1 out, 2 on in the bottom of the 8th. Cougars leading this 7. Back here in River Forest once again. Glad you could join us here for game 1 of our doubleheader. Cole Raines is the new pitcher for MSOE. Raines, a sophomore right-hander, stands 6 foot tall, 150 pounds from Huntley, Illinois. Raines is 1-0 on the season, making his 9th appearance. Has worked 11 1/3 innings, allowing 8 hits, 3 runs, has 9 walks and 16 strikeouts to his credit. Opponents batting .205 against him. Infield in here, runners at second and third with 1 away, as this one's looped down to left field side, and that's a big hit for Matt Fouth into the corner. 1 run is in, a second run is in to score. Fouth will cruise into second, and it's a 2 RBI double, and it's 10-7 CUC. Fouth attacking the first pitch from Raines, and the Cougars open up a little bit more breathing room here in the 8th. Batter now will be Mateo Kaye, the shortstop.
Batting for the Cougars, shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
RBIs 10 and 11 on the season for Fouth. Fouth now at second, corners up for the Raiders. First pitch well outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Mercado is 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored here in game 1. Has been hit by a pitch twice. One out here in the Cougar 8th. Pitch misses upstairs, now 2-0. Little bit of a sidewind action here from Raines. inside move to check on Fouth over at second. Two balls, no strikes to count. Kick the pitch. Swan and chopped foul on the third base side. Now 2-1. Two balls, one strike to count here to Mercado. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. Now 3-1. Three balls, one strike. Kick the 3-1. Misses just off the outside corner, and Mercado is aboard for the third time today. Runners at first and second. Now will be Braden Benavides, the batter.
Batting for the Cougars, second baseman, number 20, Braden Benavides.
Benavides has been aboard 3 times today. Has a double and 2 walks. Two right-handers getting loose down in the MSOE bullpen once again. First pitch misses upstairs for a ball from Rains, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The pitch misses down, now 2-0. Still only one out here in the Cougar half. MSOE put up 4 runs to get within a run in the top half of the inning. CUC has gotten 2 back thus far. Fouth at second. And Rains wants step off to check on the runners. Good speed on the base pass for CUC with Fouth and Mercado. Two 2-0 the count here. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Now 2-1. Benavides hitting .368 on the season with runners in scoring position. 2-1 the count to him here. Kick and the pitch. Spoiled foul as he got in on the hands. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 10-7, CUC leads it. The pitch. Swan and missed. He changed speeds on him there. And that will do it for Benavides. With 2 outs now, that'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman.
Number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
That pitch missed for a ball, 1-0. Runners still at first and second here with 2 away. The pitch in there for a called strike. Count now 1-1. Van Duzer is 1 for 3 here in game 1 with 2 RBIs. Has also walked. The 1-1. Swan and missed. He chased one in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. And it'll be 2 in scoring position now. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Big pitch here coming from Rains. The 1-2. Swan and hit well to left, but it will hook foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2 with 2 outs in the 8th. Runners at second and third here for Van Duzer. Rains gets his sign from Coker. Now kicks the pitch off the outside corner. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With the 2 RBIs in this ball game, Van Duzer's total now at 34 on the season. 2-2 the count to him here. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off, and we'll do it again at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 runs in the inning for CUC. Kick the 2-2. Swung and popped up in foul ground. Calling for it is the third baseman for the Raiders striker, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 8th. In the inning for CUC, they get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2. Your new score after 8 complete. Cougars 10, Raiders 7. Back here in River Forest once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. We are to the top of the 9th here in River Forest. Tobin on trying to close this one out. First pitch is down and in for a ball, 1-0. Tobin will face the heart of this MSOE order, 2-3-4, as that one is swung at and missed. Now 1-1. Andres Ocelio is the batter. Ocelio is 0 for 2 with 2 walks, as that breaking ball's in there. Good one from Tobin. Now 1-2. Tobin getting a clean inning to work with here after coming into a tough situation last inning. Only one of the runs that were scored were charged to him. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Kick the 2-2. Down and away, and the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tobin winds the full count pitch well outside, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Raiders in the 9th. With 1 on now, that will bring up Brandon Beauchamp, the center fielder.
Center fielder, number 23, Brandon Beauchamp.
Beauchamp is 1 for 3 with a double and a walk in game 1. Offering is hit right side and through a base hit. So it'll be runners at first and second here with nobody out here in the Raider 9th. The Raiders have gotten some really good swings going here over the last couple innings. Moves the tying run to the plate. Batter will be the designated hitter, Nick Gross.
Designated hitter, number 13, Nick Gross.
Gross is 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Tobin could use a ground ball here. First pitch breaking ball. Is it called strike? 0-1. Tobin trying to pick up his 5th save of the season. Trying to close the books on win number 25 for CUC. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses down. Now 1-1. One ball, one strike. Outfield relatively shallow for CUC with the wind blowing straight in from left today. The 1-1 pitch. Swung and missed. Good pitch there off the outside corner from Tobin. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Swung and missed. A big breaking ball there from Tobin for out number 1. With 1 out now, that brings up the third baseman, Nick Stryker.
Third baseman number 5, Nick Stryker.
Stryker is 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Here in game 1 is also walked. Representing the tying run here in the top of the 9th. Offering is down and away from Tobin. One ball, no strikes to count. Tobin kicks the pitch. Good breaking ball in there for called strike 1. Now 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike, the pitch. Outside, now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 1 away. Tobin with the look in, now readies. Kick and the pitch. Down and away, now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Tobin, the right-handed freshman, gets ready. And the 3-1 offering. Misses down and away. And the tying run is now aboard here in the 9th with 1 out. And head coach Mike Stosky wants to go have a word with his freshman pitcher. Don't think he's going to make a move here. You've been with Tobin with 4 saves on the season. You'd like to see the Cougars stick with him here. One out in the inning. Bases full of Raiders. Ocelio at first, Beauchamp at second, Stryker at first. 1 out. The batter now will be number 17, Adam Graham, the first baseman. Graham is 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI here in game 1.
First baseman number 17, Adam Graham.
Tobin readies the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and in for ball 1. Chris Woods is ready down in the Cougar bullpen. See if Tobin can get a ground ball here. Try to get himself out of trouble. 1-0 pitch. Misses down, now 2-0. Got to come to Graham here with a 2-0 pitch. Two balls, no strikes. Kick and the pitch. Swan and chopped foul. Count now 2-1. One out in the inning. Tobin with a long look in, gets his sign from Rodriguez. Kicks the 2-1. Swan hit down the left field line. One run is in, a second run's in to score. Tying run will go to third. It's a stand-up double and a one-run game here in River Forest. Striker to third, Beauchamp and Ocelio score. And it's 10-9. One out in the inning now as Graham picks up 2 more RBIs. It'll be Ryan Coker, the batter now. Coker is 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI in the ballgame. Go-ahead run now 180 feet away for the Raiders with 1 out. Infield in for CUC. And Coker wants time. Stosky sticking with his freshman on the hill. Chris Woods is ready in the bullpen. First offering is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Graham representing the go-ahead run. Striker the tying run at third. Pitch, high and away for a ball, now 1-1. Pseudo pitch out here if Stosky was reading suicide squeeze. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kick the 1-1. Good breaking ball there. Now 1-2. Big pitch coming here for Tobin and the Cougars. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, top of the 9th. Crunch time here in River Forest. The 1-2. Swung and missed. A big breaking ball there from the freshman. 2 outs in the inning now. And that will bring up the number 8 hitter, the right fielder, Aaron Tratner.
Right fielder, number 18, Aaron Tratner.
Tratner on the day for the Raiders is 0 for 3. Does have an RBI on a sac fly. Has struck out twice. Tobin trying to hang on to this one. First offering, breaking ball, called strike. A big curveball there from Tobin. 0-1. Tratner on the season is a .250 hitter. He's 5 for 20 with runners in scoring position. Kick the 0-1. Swan and chop foul, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. MSOE down to their final strike here in game 1. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second with 2 away. Tobin gets his sign from Rodriguez. Kicks the 0-2. Good fastball, but misses well outside. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. See if Tobin wants to go back to that curveball. He's picked up 2 strikeouts in the inning on it. The 1-2. Breaking ball will be chopped foul on the third base side, and we'll do it again at 1-2. He went back to the breaking ball there. It was the right pitch. Tratner just staying alive and throwing the bat at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Rodriguez gets the sign in. Kick the 1-2. Breaking ball hit into left and down for a base hit. Tying run is in to score. The go-ahead run will be held at third, and we have a new ball game here in River Forest. It's 10-10. He left it hanging, and Tratner is able to deliver the tying run in the 9th. Runners at the corners now for MSOE.
Shortstop, number 7, Josh Byer.
It will be the number 9 hitter, Josh Byer, the shortstop. Byer on the day is 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. (10-10) game here in River Forest in the 9th. Breaking ball, grounded towards short. Mercado will go the short way to Benavides, and that will do it for the Raiders in the 9th. In the inning for MSOE, they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2. Your new score after 8.5. Raiders 10, Cougars 10. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Bottom of the 9th, it will be 4-5-6 due up for the Cougars. Brody Mariotti to lead off. First pitch, a called strike on the outside corner to Mariotti. MSOE putting up 7 runs in the last 2 innings to tie this game. Brand new ball game here in the bottom of the 9th. 0-1 pitch. Swannon hit well to left. Back at the track, and it will drop off the glove of the left fielder. If it wasn't for the wind, Mariotti would have had a walk-off dinger. The winning run now at second base for the Cougars in the 9th. That's a tough play in the wind for Gilpin. It'll be a double for Mariotti. And we'll have a pinch runner. Runner for the Cougars will be number 36, Jacob Frank.
Running for Mariotti, number 36, Jacob Frank.
So Frank representing the winning run here for the Cougars. Batter will be Connor Brandon. See if they want to put Brandon on. It would make sense. Yeah, they're going to put Brandon on. So it'll be an intentional walk to Brandon.
Number 32, Connor Brandon.
So the batter now will be Keegan Tyrell. Tyrell with the chance to deliver for the Cougars here in the bottom of the 9th.
Keegan Tyrell.
Cougars have been walk-off winners before this season. Tyrell with runners in scoring position is hitting .323 coming into today. Nobody out here. We'll see if they're going to let Tyrell hit or if they're going to try to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Corners are up for MSOE. Inside move sends runners back as Tyrell showed bunt on the play. Stosky relaying the signs in. Looks like the Raiders are sticking with Raines here. Another inside move as Jacob Frank goes back to second. No balls, no strikes to count on Tyrell. The pitch. called strike on the outside corner. It was close to a balk. Raines looked like he glided through that set position a bit. No balls, 1 strike. Mateo Kaye on deck. Kick the 0-1. Tyrell shows bunt, lays down a good one in front of third, and the throw to third is missed in the dirt, and the bases are loaded. So it'll go down as a sacrifice. And the bases are loading. Winning run now 90 feet away for Mateo Kaye.
Batting for the Cougars, designated hitter number 16,
And
Mateo Kaye.
they are going to have a pitching change. And we're going to have a pitching change here for MSOE. We'll take a break. New pitcher we will set you up with when we return. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Back here in River Forest, once again, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Batter will be Mateo Kaye here for the Cougars. Winning run 90 feet away. Jacob Frank representing the winning run here for CUC, trying to walk it off in what's been a wild game here in game 1 of our doubleheader. First pitch to Kaye is swung and missed. New pitcher in for the Raiders here is number 14, Cole Wilson. Infield in for MSOE. The 0-1 pitch. Down and blocked by Coker behind the dish. Now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the count. Wilson on the season making his 5th appearance. Has a 5.59 ERA in 9 2/3 innings of work. Kick the 1-1. In the dirt once again, now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, nobody out. Only runner that matters is Jacob Frank over at third. Kick in the 2-1. Down and away. They're going to have to come to him here. Now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Wilson's got to come to him here. Wilson kicks the 3-1. It's in the dirt, and the Cougars are walk-off winners as Wilson walks home Kaye. The Cougars win this one 11-10. Final totals here in game 1 of our doubleheader as the Cougars pick up their 25th win of the season.
These two teams will be back in action in approximately 30 minutes.
Final totals in game 1 of our doubleheader for the Raiders. 10 runs on and 8 left on. For the Cougars, 11 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on. Winning pitcher is Mike Tobin, picking up his first win of the season. Losing pitcher for the Raiders is Raines. Game 2 coming up in just a half an hour. We'll take a break, get you set up with Game 2 here from River Forest in just a little bit.